using SAS Visual Analytics. We call it automated analysis. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore this capability and how it can help you get your work done faster, and also how it can help you to get a better understanding of the data that you work with. While there might be more data than ever before, there isn't necessarily more time than ever before, and that means you need to get insights more quickly than ever before. That's why at SAS, we're working hard to apply our 42 years of analytic heritage to help our users get to accurate and reliable insights as quickly as possible. That means taking that analytic heritage and embedding it in our products in a way that's easy for you to use. Now, at some point, you've probably found yourself face-to-face with a new data set. It's both an exciting and scary moment. There may be very useful insights hidden inside of that data, but how do you start to wrap your head around it? You might even know exactly what variable you're interested in, but it can take a lot of work to get to insights even when you know what you're interested in. With the new automated analysis feature that we've built into SAS Visual Analytics, you can quickly find patterns in your data. Just pick the variable or column you want to explore, and SAS Visual Analytics will analyze your data set to determine which columns drive your variable and how. It's the fastest way to start understanding your data. Automated analysis is a new feature in SAS Visual Analytics, and SAS Visual Analytics is a market-leading self-service data visualization and analytics platform with end-to-end enterprise capabilities from self-service data preparation to visually discovering relevant relationships in your data from across multiple data sources, including structured and text data sources, all the way to creating and sharing interactive reports and dashboards with rich analytical visualizations for web, mobile, and even Microsoft Office applications. If you've never tried SAS Visual Analytics before, you can get a free trial today at sas.com/VA. It's a great way to see automated analysis in action for yourself. All right, automated analysis. Now, the best part about automated analysis is that it's quick. Once you open up some data, you can pick a variable you're interested in and get an analysis for it. Because the automated analysis is intelligent, it handles the work for you. So all you have to do is click Analyze. Now, automated analysis works whether your column of interest is a numeric measure or a category. And that means you can use it to understand a measure like revenue or even a category like customer loyalty level. Once the analysis is complete, you'll be able to see the result visually with beautiful charts. Again, it makes things a lot easier to understand. But not only do you just get visual results, you also get to see and read the results in text form with natural language. Automated analysis provides an overview of your analysis with natural language explanations, text explanations that make it even easier for you to understand what's going on in your data. So you spend less time trying to interpret what's going on and more time applying your insights. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at what automated analysis looks like in action. I've got some video game data here. Imagine we are a video game company and we want to look at our video games and their marketing budgets, and we're really interested in our marketing budgets and how they're behaving. You can see I've already started building a sort of initial report or an initial look at this data here. I've got a pie chart showing my video game revenues by their genres, and I've got a list table showing me several different columns in the table and looking at my video game budgets and their revenues, right? Now, if I want, I can open up my data pane, and here you can see all the columns that I have in this particular data set. So we've got a bunch of categorical columns, and we've got a few measure columns as well. Now I'm interested in marketing budget. And one of the ways I can start to visualize that marketing budget is to, for example, drag and drop items onto my canvas. So I can select my genre, and I can select my marketing revenue, and I can drag and drop these on the canvas, and I can start to get a visualization there. And I can adjust the size as I want, and I can see my marketing budgets by my video game genres. Now that's one way to start exploring this data if I'm interested in that marketing budget column. But there's also another way. I can undo my work and get rid of anything that I don't like. I'll go back to my data pane. From here, I can come down to this marketing budget column. I can right-click it. And I've got an option here to analyze this particular column. I can analyze it on the current page, or I can analyze it on a new page. I'll go ahead and analyze it on a new page. And here you can see that we have gone in and automatically analyzed the entire data set based on the variable that I selected that I was interested in this case, the marketing budget. So now you might be asking, how did automated analysis know which factors contribute to marketing budget, and how did it decide to rank them in this particular order? Well, the answer is you don't have to worry about it while you're using this feature, but if you're interested, what's going on behind the scenes is that for each of my columns, automated analysis builds the optimal one-level decision tree splitting of the data. Then it goes through and ranks the factors or the columns that I have based on those decision trees. Again, if you're using this feature, you don't need to worry about that. You can consume the results and determine what makes sense and go on from there. Now, let's look at some of the natural language explanations that we have. At the top, we get our natural language overview. We can see that our average marketing budget over our 229 games that we've released is about $12 million, with a minimum of about $17,000. So we actually made a game where we didn't spend a whole lot of money marketing it. And our maximum marketing budget is around $121.4 million. Budget, revenue, team size, and development time, and the specific developers are the most important predictors in terms of predicting what our marketing budget is going to be. Now, at this point, I can see these columns along this visualization that shows me their importance, and I might notice here that revenue is included. Now, I know for a fact, because I work at this video game company, that revenues come after we decide our marketing budgets, which means that revenues is probably not going to be a good predictor of our marketing budgets. Can I remove that? Absolutely. I can just right-click on revenue, and I can either replace it with another variable if I think there's another variable that makes more sense, or I can simply remove it. I'm going to remove it. The models run behind the scenes again, and my analysis adapts. And now I have an even better analysis of my data. Now what's great is that on the right here, I've got a scatter plot of all the different factors that help predict marketing budget. So in this case, when I select my production budgets, I can see a scatter plot of how marketing budgets and production budgets are related with one another. Same thing if I select team size or development time. I can see the relationships in visualizations right there without having to do any extra work. And again, down below, I can look at natural language explanations for what I'm seeing. So for example, in the scatter plot, marketing budget is positively related to development time, but not very strongly. That's helpful. For example, if I look at team size, again, I can see that it's positively related, but not very strongly. Now on the left here, you can see that automated analysis identified some subsets or groups that help explain our marketing budget. So for example, down here we've got a group where if our production budget for the video games is less than 6.3 million and the platform for these games is on mobile devices and we don't advertise them on the television, then we have about 23 video games that that have a low predicted marketing budget of around $500,000 or $587,000. So that tells us, for example, that mobile games and games that are not advertised on the television and games that we didn't spend a whole lot of money creating, we tend to provide a lower marketing budget for. All right, let's go ahead and give our page a name. Let's call it Marketing Budget Analysis. And then let's open our data pane on the left here and analyze our television advertising. So this is a categorical column in our data set. Our games either have television advertising or they don't. Let's see if we can get automated analysis to analyze it. We'll select Analyze, Analyze on New Page, and just like that, we get back our analysis explaining television ads. Now in this case, we've set it to explain no television ads, but we can just as easily switch it to a different category. If I have a larger list of categories that would be listed here and I could select from them, we'll go ahead and try to explain games that do have television advertising. We'll get our overview natural language explanation here. So overall, television ads have about a 34.5% chance of being yes. So that means around a third of our video games get television advertising. And the best predictors of whether or not the video games get television advertising is marketing budget, the developer code, the production budget, and the team size. And again, this starts to make sense, right? If we have a lot of marketing budget for the video game, then we're going to be more likely to have television advertising for it. If we have particular developers that are producing high budget games, again, they're more likely to get more budget for things like television advertising. We can see our subset of the data, and of course these helpful visualizations that help explain what's going on in terms of the overall picture. So for example, in this case with marketing budget, we can see that as our marketing budget increases, the proportion of video games that do get television advertising tends to go up. So a lot of the blue tends to be in the 15 million and above. And down here we can see in the explanation, so around 15 to 20 million seems to be where that decision point flips from no television advertising to television advertising. And again, I got all these insights with just a click. I didn't have to do any extra work. I just very quickly decided this is the column of my data that I'm interested in. And most of the work happened behind the scenes for me. And now I've made a lot of headway in terms of understanding this data. And that's what automated analysis is all about, helping you get a jump start on understanding your data. Now to top it all off, I can take all of these great insights that I've discovered and I can share them with my colleagues like I would any report or dashboard.